I'm heading to my local academy because Joel and I are going fishing tomorrow and we got a special challenge planned. If you're a regular viewer, you know we love to have these challenges against each other. It just makes a fishing day so much more fun. And tomorrow's is quite unique. It's gonna be tough, believe me. What we decided to do is rig one medium heavy rod with 6-pound test. And what we're doing is the first person to catch a legal fish forces the other person to fish with that medium heavy rod with the 6-pound test line. Now, if you've seen Joel and me fish, you know we both set the hook really, really hard. So that's gonna be quite a challenge. Now, you gotta fish with that rod and reel only until you catch any fish of any size. And then you go back to use whatever you want to use, and then the competition begins again. But in order to make this competition happen, I have to go to Academy and get some 6-pound test line. So that's the mission now. All right, H2O Express line, $5.49. There's a bunch of options here. They're all inexpensive, but this is especially inexpensive. And I've used this line in the past and I know it's good. Of course, I've never used 6-pound test for speckled trout, redfish, bass, the type of stuff we would be catching, but this is generally good line. So this is what I'm gonna go with. All right, Joel and I are in the marsh and our competition is about to begin. We got a very, very early start, spent a little bit of time rigging, and now we're about to start fishing. It's literally too early to tell what this water looks like. I can see my trolling motor foot, but it does look fairly dirty, and it's definitely crazy low. Still falling, and we had to push through some shallow stuff to get in here, so we may not be able to fish in here long, we might get stuck. But we're seeing a lot of bait in here, a lot of mullet. Joel's throwing a popper, and I've actually got the Echo tied on. I like the thought of throwing a popper, but I'm not sure about this water clarity, so until I can see a little bit better, I'm gonna stick with this. But it's very important to be the one to catch the first fish. So here we go. First cast of the morning. By the way, I'll go ahead and say it. If you want to run a trolling motor, I'm totally fine with that. I'll fish from the back of the boat, I don't care. Look at that sunrise. It's gonna be a cloudy day. It's almost entirely overcast, but it is a little bit broken.
It's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. We have to come up with some other excuse. Tons of bait, pretty decent water, falling tide. I don't know what we can use as an excuse if we don't catch them.
One excuse left. That's us.
Yep, inept anglers. I'm just not sure that water's all that clean.
I gave it the old college try. They don't want it.
Dude, I don't think it's that they don't want it. They just know fish are at hell. You see if you like look at that grass, you see a little bit of stain in the water? I don't like this water. I don't like water with that kind of stain. I never do well in water like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to... Is that a definite fish?
Yeah, it's a definite fish.
God, what the fuck is going on?
They're just little. They're brim or something. They're just nothing. That felt like a good hit though.
Oh.
Yep, see that? Same thing. Don't.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Little red fish? Yes, little red. All right, it's not a legal fish. That's what I thought was hitting us. Not a legal fish, unfortunately for Joel. We've gotten a number of bites, and I suspect they're all from those little reds. They're just those little pecks. They feel like brim hits.
I've seen enough.
I've done seen enough as well. All right. Spot number 2.
Too many other areas to waste time.
Let's go somewhere else. All right, Joel and I had to make a big run to find some decent water, and we have finally found it. Tide is falling really hard here. Fortunately though, the water is gorgeous. Tons of salvinia up here on the water, if you can see it. Gonna make fishing all this a challenge. Have to try and stay out of it as best we can. If you don't know what salvinia is, this is it. It's a noxious, exotic plant that has taken over a lot of waterways here in the south. We're gonna go explore and see what we can find. This could be a day we really have to work. But I tell you, finding falling pretty water like this, we're gonna find some fish. I see anybody catching fish. On the way.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Good bite?
Definitely. Oh.
Yeah, I had a couple of bites. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Redfish, redfish. That was a good hit, Joel. Yep, he's a keeper. If I can get him in.
I hope he breaks your rod.
Oh, oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty. All right, Joel.
All right, guys, look.
Bad news for you.
What's up?
He drilled it, Joel. It's on a black and red Pro's Choice soft stick bait under a 1/4 ounce tungsten bullet weight. He's about an 18, 19-inch fish. Yep, 19 inches. All right, so Joel has to use 6-pound test on a medium heavy rod. Now it's a very, very inexpensive rod. It's gonna make the challenge even tougher. All right, so all Joel has to do is catch any fish using that setup.
That's it. That's all I gotta do. It's real easy.
Any fish at all. Doesn't have to be a keeper. Oh, so you're going with the Texas rig, huh?
I can't fish a jig at it.
I'm gonna head up this little nothing channel. See if it's got any water. I know it's got at least one fish. Probably others. Now, I would not throw a craw on that. I mean, it's your call, but I'd throw something streamlined. Like a ribbon tail worm or something. All right, Joel's gone with the, what is that, a U-tail worm?
Yeah.
Zoom U-tail. Is that, what's the color? Electric blue?
Yeah, electric blue.
Electric blue. All right, let's continue on. How's it feel?
Terrible.
Terrible?
It's so stretchy.
So as you can see, we really found some good water. I mean, that water's really nice. I just caught that redfish right up here. It's a little, I don't know, kind of little ditch running through a shallow pond. I love stuff like this. See if it's got enough water to float us for a while. But we should find some more fish in here. We'll see if Joel can get a hook in one.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. Is he still on it? You got drilled?
I can't even tell. I'm really not sure.
Dude, there's a pretty little ditch. Such a pretty little ditch.
Oh, dude, it feels like I'm getting a hit. I don't...
Just no sensitivity, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think's worse, the cheap rod or the 6-pound test?
Probably a 6-pound test.
Yeah.
It's like you hit a piece of grass and it's just like a rubber band.
Yeah.
You'll see. You're gonna hate this. You love your braid and all.
No.
You are gonna.
No.
Hate this.
This current's rolling through here. Oh, there he is. What in the world is that? What is that?
Oh, dude.
Dude, you don't ever have anything that hard in the marsh.
Dude, that's a washing machine.
It might be a washing machine. Man, it is stuck like Chuck. That's my last tungsten.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna break this rod.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
How'd you get that?
I have no idea how that came off. Oh.
Well, you Did you actually have it?
Yeah, definitely had a hit. 100%.
Whack it.
Oh. Oh, Joel's got one. Joel, it's... Hold on. There's fish here. Throw back in there.
I pulled on it?
He was on there.
Yeah.
I could tell that.
Oh.
Was it a hit?
He broke off.
No way.
He broke off.
Oh no.
I hate 6 pound test.
Pitfall of the 6 pound test. I think there's a bunch of fish right there. I'd say the odds are pretty bad though of getting a Texas rig hook to emerge from a soft plastic with 6 pound test and a medium heavy rod. This is pretty clean. I'm like, you could probably throw a jig head. Oh, look at that! Look at that, he got one.
No, he's
not yet. He's not in the boat yet. Take your time, Joel.
Okay.
Take your time, Joel. You got nice. Good job, Joel. Joel got him a bass.
All right.
On the electric blue ribbon tail zoom worm. Now what makes this challenge particularly difficult is that you're fishing that 6 pound test on a medium heavy rod. Doesn't have a lot of give, so it's definitely a balancing act on how hard to set the hook. And we're fishing a really grassy area, so it'd be tough to fish an exposed hook. Although I think when I'm unlucky enough to have to fish that, I think that's what I'm gonna do, and just try and swim it. Joel, that's the catch of the day there. Did you feel him, or was he just...
No, he just ripped around in my hand.
He did, okay. So he almost set it himself.
Yeah, he set it himself. Now the pressure's back on you.
Now the pressure is back on, indeed. Look at this drain, Joel. Look at this drain. Look at this, you see this? How could there not be a fish right there? You gotta be kidding. Uh-oh. Heads up. There he is. Oh, no. Oh, nice bass. No. Look at this, right at the mouth of this run out. Oh, that's a good bass.
Dude,
6 pound, Joel. He blistered it. Check your time. Well, you did it once, you can do it again.
Oh, I can do it again. I want to.
I really hope it continues because I love this little ditch.
Dude, he's on.
No way. Oh, you got one. He's got one. Look at this. What was that? Maybe your third cast?
Oh man, I'm doing better with
Dude,
this.
yeah, you want to stick with that. It's a tiny little bass, but he is legal.
Dude, he got hooked well too.
Man, I love this style of fishing. Love it, love it. See, it kind of widens out here. That's why it, like, there's a ditch here, a ditch over there. But I think up here it all kind of comes back into one. So we might be all right once we get through this. This is pretty. Look, we just spooked a red. Crazy. All right, I'm totally out of breath. I just had to push pole us back in here. This little ditch kind of washed out back there into a wide pond. That water diffused. It's narrower up here, so it's actually a ditch again. Hopefully it was worth all the effort. We catch a few fish, it will be. Something chasing bait up here, Joel. Hopefully this gator doesn't spook them. I just don't know where the channel is. It may just wash out here. I mean, I see one channel right there. There he is. There he is. There he is. Bass on a spinner bait. All right, 6 pound. Oh, that went a red right next to us. All right, Joel's 30 minutes has expired, so now he gets to fish what he wants, which I suspect is the same thing, isn't it? Yep. On better equipment. So I have yet to fish the 6 pound test. Joel is trying desperately to force me to do so. He just can't catch anything on his more traditional stuff. And as clean as this water is, it makes sense that those fish would hit that 6 pound test better. less visibility. That cloud cover might help us. They won't see that line as well. Uh-oh, no way, no way. Please get off, please get off. Oh, it's wrapped around his rod tip. I got a shot. Oh, shoot.
Go ahead, 6 pounds.
Oh, goodness, all right.
This is 6 pounds. Oh.
All right, for the first time today, I have to use the inexpensive medium heavy rod with the 6 pound test. Unlike Joel, however, I'm opting for a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head with a smoke and red flake H&H curl tail. I love this bait and this clarity of water. Now the problem is, of course, it's an exposed hook. I'm using that because I don't want to have to set the hook with this 6 pound test. But the problem is that, I mean, look what we're fishing. Very grassy. Now there are channels through here. I'm just gonna try and focus on those channels, but I'm gonna have a problem with the grass, I can tell you. Oh boy, does that feel bad. That feels really, really bad. Now, unlike Joel, I am a die-hard braid fisherman. So fishing this mono is just really tough for me, especially when it's 6 pound test. Joel, how do you tell if you have a fish? I mean, that could have been a fish, but it's a big pile of grass. It was a lot nicer when this wind wasn't blowing. Hmm? Oh, there he is! There he is!
No way.
Oh, redfish! Redfish!
Let me get the net.
No, I think it's a bass. Yeah, it's a bass. That didn't take long. How many casts? There we go. That didn't take long at all. 5 casts maybe?
Something like that.
And I'm done. Poke me with a fork, I'm done. All right, watch out.
6 pounds. It's like
We're getting quite the box of fish there, Jolie. All right, the wind's really picking up. Joel and I stopped for a lunch break, and now we're resuming our fishing. I've switched over to this 1/4 ounce death grip jig head with the smoke red glitter H&H curl tail grub that delivered a fish for me on the 6 pound test so quickly. Joel's throwing a tiger bait matrix shad, also on a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head. And we're kind of exploring new water here. You can see it's rushing through here. This water's draining quickly. I don't know if we'll be able to fish all this, but I'm hoping we can, because I see a ditch in the back here that I really want to fish. I saw it on the map. It looks really good. So we'll see if we can actually get back there. Ooh, it's looking dicey, Joel.
Yeah, I just threw over there. It's shallow.
Yeah, it's shallow. Oh, no way. No way. I just turned the camera on. You gotta be kidding me.
Dude, it's a big one.
So I didn't have the camera on. I caught this, but it's a throwback. Joel, on the other hand,
Got a keeper.
has a keeper red. There might be a little pot of reds here, Joel, but I'm gonna have to catch one with a
With a
6 pound test.
Baby. He's not in the boat yet. He's pretty.
All right, that's definitely a keeper.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely
Easy.
a keeper. I gotta measure mine. Mine doesn't count though, because the camera wasn't running.
Ooh.
Yep, he's a keeper too. That sucks. So Joel and I pushed way back here and got just, I mean, rim rocked. We got stuck. We pushed all the way out with the H&H telescopic push pole, which I'd never go fishing without. I forgot I turned the camera off, made a cast right here, caught this fish, which turns out to be legal, but we got a rule that if the camera's not running, it doesn't count, and it was my mistake. So this fish doesn't count. And Joel caught that one, which is definitely legal. It's about 18 inches, which means I get to fish
It's 6 pound
freaking
line,
6 pound test.
Baby.
Ooh. Oh.
Fish on.
Is he? Yep, he's still on.
No way.
Oh, he's off. He came off. He came off. I couldn't get a hook in him. That was a red, Joel. I promise you it was a red.
Going grass?
No, definitely. I promise. That was 100% a fish. I felt him. I felt him hit, and then I felt him after I set the, set the hook as much as I could. That sucks. Oh, Joel gets him.
God. Dude, it's huge.
It's a big red. Well, probably a good thing I didn't hook him. Man, that sucks. I could be throwing what I want to throw. Instead, I'm watching you fight.
Grass.
There he is.
Oh,
It is a school of reds, Joel.
dude.
Oh my goodness. I got 6 pound test fighting a redfish.
haven't even seen. I don't even.
Oh my goodness.
Did you hear the fly on here?
I don't care about you.
Ooh. Dude, he's big.
I think mine's big too. Doesn't every male? Look, I mean, I can't do anything with this fish.
Dude, if you had this fish,
I gotta go chase him down. You're gonna have to just come along for the ride. Sorry, you're gonna have to deal with your fish on your own.
Dude, he's gonna get off.
Those two fish are running together, which tells you they're probably about the same size.
Well, this one's like a 22.
Yeah. This definitely can be done. I just got to keep them out the grass. You know, the sad thing is, there was a bunch of fish there. I missed that other one.
There you go.
Joel, you're gonna have to net this fish.
Right.
You get yours in, hurry up and come net this fish. I don't think mine's ready yet though. Take your time. There you go. Joel got his. Joel got his, he's gonna come help me.
Can you not, yeah, you can't do anything with it.
I don't think mine's as big as yours, to be honest.
I would agree.
All right, he's not.
Dude,
it
he's
is
not.
a keeper
Okay,
though.
All right, you can do this.
He doesn't have to be a keeper, but he is a keeper. Of course, he's not. Here, Joel. Here, Joel.
Oh, God dang it.
Here you go. It's coming your way. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I got his tail. Oh, no.
You got a net from the head.
Yeah,
Here. All right.
woo! That's what I'm talking about.
All right,
dude.
double up. 6 pound test. He's about a what, maybe 19 inch?
Yeah, 18.
That's gotta hurt. Sorry, buddy. So what happened there, I got a bite. I had the fish hooked up for a second, but I lost it. Joel threw right behind me. He hooked up, and I threw right behind him, and then I hooked up. But the good news is, bye-bye 6 pound test. Now I get to throw what I want. So Joel and I are absolutely blistering the fish today. It started out really, really slow. I mean,
We didn't have a fish till 8:30.
yeah, no fish at 8:30, but we kept moving, kept plugging, and we have found just a good body of fish. No grouped up fish. I mean, we've caught a couple of doubles. We just keep moving and finding more and more little bodies of fish. Fishing all new areas, which I love to do. Just shows you the value of hunting and finding clean water. And of course, this water's been full of bait. I mean, just tons of bait, tons of mullet in here. Some glass minnows, just a lot for these fish to eat. You find clean moving water and you find bait, you're gonna catch fish. I gotta tell you, I'm impressed with that 6 pound H2O Express mono. It held up pretty well to that redfish. Now, it wasn't the biggest red of my life, but you know how hard redfish fight. There's a 6 pound test. Oh, there's a fish.
No.
There's a fish.
Dad, no.
I think he's a throwback, Joel.
He's not a throwback.
Nah, he's a throwback.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not gonna make the cut.
That is not 16. He's pretty.
Man, is he pretty, huh?
Very pretty.
Blue tail, about 5 or 6 spots. He's not gonna help with the challenge. Yeah, look at the spots on this red. Beautiful. Blue tail, he's all lit up. 5 spots. 2 on this side, 3 on this side. So long, dude.
Because these all, you know, they all are the same kind of.
Oh, there he is, Joel. Look at that.
Dude, that was awesome. Dude, holy crap.
Man, how many reds are in here? Nice. Look at the grass in this boat. Oh man, messing up the rods, including the one Joel's gonna have to throw.
Oh.
Boy, he stopped you on a dime.
Dude,
No, it's not a red, it's a bass. I saw it. It's a bass.
Oh, God.
100%.
God, I got the
100%.
6 pound test on here.
It's not a big bass either.
Oh, don't get off, don't get off, don't get off.
You got it. Nice.
Oh,
he got off.
came off of this boat.
All right, Joel, now you can use what you want. You know, I've talked a lot about these death grip jig heads, but you can see their value in something like this. These fish are just hooking themselves. I mean, in 6 pound test, you can't really set the hook. Just kind of out of instinct, you kind of do, but not very hard. These hooks are penetrating. You see him? No, you're not gonna see him.
No.
He's all beat up. Something tore him to shreds. Oh, there he is.
Oh, dude. No.
Look at this. Joel literally just caught his bass. He literally just caught his bass and I just hooked this red. Well, Joel, the good news for you is that we gotta go. So this is the last fish of the day. You're not gonna have to fish that 6-pound test again. Although I gotta tell you, you actually did better with a 6-pound test, I think, than you did with your main stuff. It was very productive for you. That's our final red. It's a limit, 10 redfish for us. And now it's time to hit the hacienda. What a fun, productive day. And my guide took it all for me. Man, I gotta make another cast. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. And if you haven't done so yet, click the join button, become a member of Marshman Masson. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson. Come on, Joel, just one more, just one more.